different type of words. You can use it from adjectives, I think, from verbs and from nouns. And also there are adjectives that, but the base word is a adjective. So in this case, we're just going to review the first set of words that can form adjectives, in this case, nouns. And well, in this class of adjectives, there are different suffixes that we can use to form them. Okay, it is important that probably that you remember the meaning of the suffix. So if you see it, you know the well, you probably know the meaning of the whole word. Okay. For example, we have the first suffix. Suffixes are these words, but no, not words, particles or morphemes. They are called morphemes that attach to a base word. In this case, for example, the site will be the base or root, and they form a different meaning. In this case, this suffix is going to form an adjective. We have the site, and it goes to decisive. The meaning of this suffix is indicates a tendency or inclination, character or quality. In this case, someone who is decisive is someone who is able to take a decision quickly and effectively. Okay. Then we have the meaning, the second well, suffix that is important for you to remember. It is full, and the meaning of this one is having the quality of. And well, we have this the next exercise example that will be meaning, that it's a noun. And if we add this suffix of full, we get meaningful. The meaning of the meaning of meaningful is having meaning, having this quality of meaning. Okay. Then we go to the next one, and we have
Sorry,
able.
teacher, ¿le puedo regresar tantito?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Very good. Then we have this next couple of examples, and we have able, which refers to this having a quality or nature that makes something possible. In this case, memory and memorable. Memorable, it will be something like that has this quality of being worth remembering. Okay. Then we have a able, I think it's pronounced like that, legible, and it has the same meaning of the one above. It's just one variation that, well, in this type of morphemes, sometimes we have a variation because of usually because of phonology and phonetics, but they refer to the same suffix. Okay. Then we have all, and that will be of, relating to, or characterized by. And we have this example of tradition and traditional. Something traditional is related to tradition. Okay. Then we go to the next set of well, adjectives, suffixes. I mean, and we have this and that may be also, but you may also find it as and. For example, and it will be performing a specified action or being in a specified condition. In this case, we have observe and we have observant. Observant is someone that, well, observes. Okay. Then we have the next one, and we have ARI, that is referring of, relating to, or connected with, and we have discipline and disciplinary. Sorry, and this one it will be related to discipline. Okay. Then we have one of the most common ways to form an adjective, and this one is usually exclusive for verbs. Okay, having or characterized by, and we have this verb that is over one, and we have this adjective form that is over one. Okay, having this characterized by this. I'm not sure how to say it, but it has this meaning of this person is overwhelmed. Okay, so that will be the the meaning. Okay, then we go to the next one, and we have the ing. The ing also are really common a suffix to form adjectives from verbs. For example, we have appeal, and we have appealing, something that is attractive. Uh, well, something related to a specific concept, and we have something related to this idea of appeal. So it's something appealing, something attractive, something that catch your attention. Okay. Then we have O's, full of, abounding in, having or possessing the qualities of, and we have this ambition that is a noun, and well, ambitious will be someone that is full of ambition. Okay, then we have the last two that are again some variation of the same one. We have the why and the li. They answer to two different questions. We have well, two questions: how and how often. Okay, and for example, we have on the first one, we have a week and weekly. This one will answer always the question of how often. Okay, how often do you, I don't know, do you study English? I study English well, weekly. Okay, then we have the next one that answers the question of how. For example, how does she act? For example, she's friendly. She acts in this manner of friendly. Okay, and we have weak and friend. Both are nouns. Okay. Does anyone have a question so far? These these are well. It is important that you remember the meaning of the suffixes, so you may be able to recognize these the meaning of these words, but you cannot. You have to remember that you cannot form. For example, you cannot form. Uh, you cannot attach any suffix to any type of word. For example, uh, let me see. But to form this adjective, for example, observe, you cannot attach the observing. I think you may. That's a bad example. Performing, I think you can also attach it. Traditioning, for example, you cannot attach it because it is a noun. Memory, memorying, also you cannot attach it. Traditionable, I don't. It doesn't sound. I haven't heard uh, that particular word, but I don't think you cannot form it like that. Uh, so it's important that you remember the meaning of these suffixes, but so when you encounter one of these words, you may be able to infer the correct meaning of the word if you know the root, that will be, for example, the side plus the suffix, in this case at. Okay, does anyone have a question so far? No? Perfect. All right. What we're going to do now, because I also saw that you had issues recognizing what well, differentiation between the adjective, maybe noun, maybe verb, maybe adverb. We're going to do a little Kahoot so you can practice, and well, so you may recognize some mistakes that you may have. Just give me one example. 1 second, sorry. Okay, so it's this one. Yeah, it's not this one. Just give me one moment. This one? Yes, this one. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to have 20 seconds to answer the questions. The questions are going to be the meaning of nouns, the meaning of verbs, the meaning of adjectives, the meaning of adverbs, and you're going to have to differentiate between adjective and noun, adverb, and verb, and that's all. Okay? Have you used Kahoot before? Yes, just if you have, then just well, join using the pin or the QR code. If you haven't, download the app really quickly and join to this. I think someone is missing. Okay, 6, 9, 11. Yeah, I think someone is missing. Probably. I think I will go here. Ramiro. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Perfect. Then we're going to start really quickly. Yeah. No, not to do. Yeah, you have to. This will also help me to understand how you're well, how you are confusing these concepts, adverbs and adjectives. Okay, very good. Okay. Okay, before we continue really quickly, remember that we have these four type of words. I didn't really explain it in detail during the class, but you have to know that nouns are always these entities. It can be, well, these physical entities such as maybe well, maybe your backpack, maybe your laptop, even you are considered a noun. Anything physical or part or that can be part of well, that can do or it can be affected by an action is well, it's a noun. Then we have the verbs that I thought that it was the most well, the easiest concept to understand. It's the action, for example, play, play, learn, teach, study, and all that are verbs. Then we have the adjectives that describe the nouns, for example, the tall girl. Then we have the adverbs that describe the quality of, well, yeah, the quality of the verb. For example, fast, uh, fast. Uh, she moved quickly, describing how she moved. Right? We will continue. Okay. Mm, very good. Gabriel, it's already winning. All right, very good. How do you felt with this Kahoot? Do you think it was too easy or maybe sometimes confusing?
Easy, teacher.
Easy? What about everyone else?
I sometimes get confused, but it was it was easy.
Okay, very good. What about everyone else? I was saying, I saw that some of you were a little confused when the verb was, for example, was, and then we have, for example, the tree was magnificent or the tree was damaged. I saw that some of you thought that that was an adverb. So before we continue, I think it's important for you to identify these parts of speech in order to understand about the sentence. So, but I would like you to, but my advice to you would be first check, first look for the verb, then see how many participants does this verb require. For example, if I eat, what do I need to eat? For example, if I'm eating, do I need someone who eats? So I need a subject. If, for example, well, and something to eat, there are some well, exceptions where you can say I ate, and that's correct. But those examples, well, you probably can see them in your book. Also, when you have this verb such as she is beautiful, he is handsome, and all that, when you have this was, only is or was, only that, not like she was running, not if you have this past progressive or present progressive, only if you have is or was alone, that that is considered a copulative verb, and usually what comes after these copulative verbs is usually an adjective, so don't get confused. And also look for example, we have this the sun shone brightly or something like that. Look what does this word is describing. Is describing the sun or the action of, in this case, shine. Okay, so just try to pay attention to that, and hopefully you won't have many troubles with that. Okay. We will continue to the next part. So I will stop sharing this one. And the next topic I thought you what you had trouble with. I think it was probably my fault, because I thought that you already saw this topic before, and I didn't explain it as I was supposed to do. Okay. This was a present perfect simple and present perfect progressive. We have this rule that although both tenses relate to the fact that something is being referring to the past, the present perfect simple refers to something that has already finished. Even though it is called present perfect simple, the action is finished. Notice that in this horrible diagram what we have, the red line describes, well, shows the present perfect simple, but even though it is called it has finished in the past, the effects of this action may be how can I say it? You may see the effects of this action in the present. Okay. This is how you differentiate between a present perfect simple and past perfect simple. Okay. And present perfect continuous refer to something that is continuing in the present. So it started in the past and it's continuing in the present. Okay. How do you well, choose between these two? Okay. There are some cases where you can you may choose between well, you can choose either. For example, for example, when we are referring to this biographical type of facts about someone's life, often with the words for and since, or maybe some other time frame. For example, he's eaten red meat his whole life, or he's been eating red meat his whole life. Both of these options are correct. So if you notice this pattern, then you may use either. Okay. And also, I live here for 3 years. I've been living here for 3 years. Again, you may choose either of these two. Okay. Then we have another difference between short-term and long-term actions. These facts in the examples above, these examples we have are long-term. So, well, you may choose between these two. However, we tend to use a present perfect continuous to emphasize the fact that an event or an activity has been happening for over a period of time that is, well, you may say that it is a short term well, yeah, it's short term, okay? For example, I play tennis most of my life, and we have this long-term action. I've been playing tennis most of my life, and we have this long-term action. And both of you may use either of the tenses, and both are correct. Okay. However, if you are emphasizing the duration of this action and it is short term, you can only use this present perfect continuous. Okay. For example, I've been playing tennis for 2 hours. It's short term. You cannot use. You cannot say I played. Well, you can say it actually, but if the action is finished. I played tennis for 2 hours. Okay. Also short term, but the action is it's finished. Then we have this repeated or single action, and this is similar to the previous examples we saw, but it shows the continuous form that shows that an action is repeating it's repeating several times. Okay. For example, your wife has phoned you, might be referring to just one call. But on the second one, your wife has been phoning you. Probably it's referring to she's been calling you during over an hour, and you have like 12 or maybe 15 missed calls. Okay, so pay attention to that. And then we have these state verbs. Remember that we talked about these verbs such as want, hate, like, and all those verbs that represent the state of mind, such as thinking, knowing, wanting, seeing, etc. Though there are some instances where you may be able to say these well, say it like this, knowing, wanting, and all that. Generally, most are, well, generally you cannot conjugate these verbs in the present perfect continuous. So when you see these verbs, usually well, use only well, in this case, simple tenses, okay, such as present perfect simple, present simple, past simple, past perfect simple, and all that. For example, she's known him for 3 days. He's sent the cargo pass every day. Try to, when you see these verbs, try to use the simple tenses. Don't avoid the use of this present perfect continuous, such as she's been knowing him for 3 days, and he's been seeing the cargo pass every day. You usually don't say that in English, okay? Do you have any questions so far? Yes. No. Maybe.
No, teacher.
No. It's really simple. And again, we're going to do a little Kahoot to practice this. All right. It's really simple. Again, I would like you to join to the Kahoot if you can. I think someone is just one person is missing, and there we are. All right, very good. I think we're going to start really quickly, and these are just 10 questions. Okay. Right, very good. Always right. Have, yeah. Pay attention to the plural so you don't commit that mistake. Plural, very good. Perfect. Have, Yeah, pay attention to the nouns. Don't worry, just try to answer just look at the screen and answer them yourself. Don't worry. Maybe if you have, yeah. All right. Very good. Yeah, pay attention to the noun so you don't get confused. Very good. Eight. Okay. Broken. Broke. All right. How did you feel? Was it too difficult, too easy?
I felt a little bit confused in the last two.
In the last two? Okay.
Me too.
Yeah. Sorry. What were you saying? I think it was scary.
Yeah, like me too. I feel confusing on the last two.
Yeah. Remember that in this case, in present perfect, simple and continuous, you have to conjugate the verb in. You have or has plus the verb in past participle. I noticed that you were choosing the past simple form. So try to choose the past participle form in this case. For example, instead of eaten, you choose ate. So try to differentiate between this past simple form and past participle form. Okay. We're going to do another one of these uh, past present perfect sentences with present perfect continuous. And before I do, I'm going to end the call really, really quickly because it is about to expire again, and then we come back right away to do the next to do the next Kahoot. Okay. All right. this here, and what else is missing? I think we are. Okay. Yeah, Martin, it's also missing. He's also missing. Yeah, but I think we can continue. Okay, very good. We're going to do this next one. So please join really quickly. Just one more. 6, 8, 9. Just one more. Yeah, 2 persons are missing. All right, I think we are ready. Okay. Very good. Then I can start. All right. All right. Remember that in present perfect simple, we have this structure of has, have, plus the verb in past participle. In present perfect continuous, we have, has, plus been, plus the verb in ing form. Okay, so pay attention to that. Very good. I think you got confused. Being, it's the ing. When I said been, I was referring to well, been like B-I-I-I, B-E-E-N, not B-E-I-N-G. Okay, so just pay attention to that. Very good. waiting, okay? Perfect, yeah. Where has Gary put our tickets? Very good. Good. Yeah, perfect. Remember that get is not conjugated, so pay attention to that. Very good. Yeah, great. And remember that it's a being, this being, not the other being, okay? Very good. Put it. Yeah, you have to know that that we have these verbs, well, some verbs that don't change the form in past. Put is one of these verbs. The ones who answer pudding, remember that it is a past participle, not ing form, and the ones that who put it, remember that put it's not conjugated like that. Okay, very good. So was it this one really easy, or do you think it was more confusing than the other?
More confusing than the other.
Yeah, why is that? Because of the verbs, or what do you find confusing in this one? All right, we're going to continue to this with this review. The next part it's well, I was also going to show this to you this little example. For example, Kate's clothes are covered in paint. She has been painting the ceiling, and has been is a present perfect continuous, as you already know. And we're interested in the activity. It does not matter whether something has been finished or not. In this example, the activity painting the ceiling has not been finished. Usually, you will find that in present perfect continuous, the action is not finished, as we saw before. And the ceiling was white. Now it's red. She had painted the ceiling. Has painted is the present perfect simple form. And in this case, the action is finished, and you see the results in the present. Okay. All right. We continue to the next the next topic that it is a past perfect simple. This one I also thought that it caused you a little trouble. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to review it again. And well, the past perfect tense is for talking about something that happened before something else. This something else is usually presented in past simple. In other words, you will find uh, past perfect simple plus past perfect plus past simple. For example, we were shocked to discover that that someone had graffitied tools was here on our front door, but we were relieved that tools had used a washable paint. Okay, we have this past simple in we were shocked. Notice that the verb is were, and shock is this adjective. And again, in the next part, we were relieved. Again, the verb were and the adjective relieved. It is not, how do I say it? It's not, well, where it's not working as an auxiliary here. It's where the verb and relieve the adjective. And notice that we have a past perfect simple in both tenses after this past simple, okay? The formula, so you may remember, I didn't put the formula on the other ones because I thought that you already knew, probably my mistake. We have the same, a similar formula in this case. We have had plus past participle. Remember past participle, not ing form, nor past simple form. It doesn't matter if the subject is a third person singular, but the formula won't change anytime. Okay, if you have you always say I had plus the verb in past participle. She had a plus the verb in past participle, and this repeats to all the both pronouns and persons. Okay. All right, then we have this difference between past perfect simple and past simple. I noticed that in some of your exercises you were like a little confused, like, but I can say it in past simple form. Why don't I use this past simple instead of past perfect simple? So one difference is when you're talking about some point in the past and you want to reference an event that happened even earlier, then you use the past perfect that allows you to convey this sequence of events. When you say it in past simple, you are not trying to convey like this sequence of events, but just one event. All right. For example, when they say we will relieve that tools use washable paint, you are saying that in the past you were relieved that at any time that that tools used paint, you were relieved that he used or she used washable paint instead of the other. When you say it in past perfect simple form, you are referring to that to one specific event. All right. And we were relieved that tools had used a washable paint. The past perfect makes it clear that you are talking about a specific instance of using that type of paint. We also use this, and also we also use this past perfect simple in conditional clauses. Okay, you will never see. I don't think so. You will never see this past simple in how do I say it, in conditional clauses, because as we already saw, this past perfect simple gives us this sense of a sequence. So it make sense for you that we use a past perfect simple and not a past simple for this conditional clauses. Okay. For example, I have this little example. I wrote Clara an email to thank her for the present she had given me for my birthday. Okay, last week. But as soon as I pressed I pressed the send button, I realized that I had made a mistake, and I sent it to her sister. Okay, notice that we are talking about this particular instance of where she gave the gift to this person, and this person make a mistake in this particular instance. Also, we have the sense of sequence in this text. Okay, do you have any question about this simple tense? No? Perfect. Then we go to the next one. And this one, it's much simpler than the other. And it simply shows an action that started in the past, continued up to a point in the past, well, up to until another point in the past. Imagine it's like present perfect. It continues, but in the past. It finishes in the past, okay? He had been drinking milk out the carton when mom walked into the kitchen. He was doing this action until that moment when his mom walked into the kitchen. Okay, the past perfect continuous is a verb tense that indicates something that began in the past, continued in the past, and also ended at a defined point in the past. For example, we have this example, and the formula, again, it's similar to the present perfect continuous, but instead of have or has, we only have had plus been plus the verb in present participle. It is called present participle, but it is the ing form, okay? And well, when you see these words such as when, for, since, and before, you may infer that they are using past perfect continuous. Okay, for example, Marta had been walking 3 miles a day before she broke her leg. The program that was terminated had been working well since 1945. Okay, do you have any question about this? It's really simple. An action that was happening in the past and ended in the past. Okay. Again, try to avoid using these state verbs with this tense. So try to avoid knowing, hating, liking, wanting, and all those. All right. And we have this example. Okay, I had been studying for 2 hours by the time he called me last night. By the time he called me last night, I had been studying for 2 hours. And notice that the vertical yellow, the yellow vertical line refers to the present, and we have I was studying for 2 hours when she called me. We have the action of study, and it ends when the other person called her. Okay. Do you have any question about this distance? Oh, great. Again, we're going to do a little Kahoot to practice these tenses. And we're going to practice past simple, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. Okay. So I hope you you won't have any issues. Again, please join when you can. All right, I think 3, 6, 8, 10. I think 2 persons are missing. So I'll try to join Arturo. All right, and I think Ramiro is the only one missing. Ramiro, can you are you able to join, or do you want me to start it and you answer it well as you only by seeing the watching the of the screen. All right, then we're going to start. So get ready and. Yeah, pay attention to first we are only talking about past perfect continuous. So you have to discard this fourth option, that is past present perfect continuous, because we have the have instead of the had. Studied again, we don't have this this sense of sequence, and we're studying well, yeah, neither of these two options give us the idea that we need here. All right, very good. Very good. I think you are getting confused. Pay attention to we have the specific time, and I'm not sure if you have seen this TV series of uh, this about police and detectives, and they usually said like, "What were you doing at that time?" Because they are talking about one specific time. So one action was developing at that time. So you use the past continuous form. Okay. We go to the next one. All right. Again, pay attention. We have a have already had. The ones that you who choose this option, pay attention to the first have, that present perfect continuous. The second one, pay attention that these state verbs such as have, you cannot, well, you try to avoid conjugating this in in continuous tenses. For example, was already having, okay? And, well, I had, at what time I had already an accident doesn't make much sense because of this already. So the only option that we have is had already had, okay? We go to the next one. Pay attention to what type of verb and also pay attention to the auxiliary, okay? We go to the next one. All right. Okay. Pay attention that the past. Remember that the past simple doesn't give us this sense of well, sequence. So well, don't use it. Had come while it give while it gives this sense of sequence. Uh, well, we don't use it in that particular instance. Okay, so what's coming was the best option, and had been coming doesn't make sense either. All right, Arturo is doing great. Yeah. Had wanted. Okay, we don't have a sequence of events here, so the present perfect doesn't the past perfect doesn't make sense, and wanted well, it makes sense. Remember that wanting we don't conjugate want in this ing well form, right? Mm. Purple, yeah, right. We have this. Remember that we saw that when we have these actions that are occurring in the same time, we use the past continuous. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. Have finished. Remember that this have finished is present perfect simple. This the past simple doesn't give us this sense of both sequence, and we're finishing doesn't make sense because of the before. Okay. Yeah, state. Really, really simple. We don't have a sequence of events, not a specific time in the but at the past to use a past continuous, and also we cannot use this the past perfect continuous because there was not a words such as when, for, or since. So pay attention to that. Yeah, pay attention to that we have this when, and this one gives us the clue that we are that it is a past perfect continuous. Okay, just check the whole sentence before you answer. Perfect. And the last one. Pay attention. Has is a present perfect simple. And very good to the ones who answer. Very good. Was this a little more confusing than the other? Okay. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry, Karina. Does anyone have a question before we go?
No.
Okay. Well, this part I will say it in Spanish. La siguiente clase vamos a, como algunos de sus compañeras no, quizás no asistan, vamos a hacer simplemente los reviews del workbook para seguir repasando. Y también les dejaría de tarea la página 188 del TOEFL Workbook para el miércoles. Vamos a revisar entonces estas tres reviews, esta página del Workbook, y vamos a revisar las respuestas del Grammar Test, que creo que no revisamos la clase pasada, para que pues lo tengan en cuenta. ¿Alguien tiene alguna duda? Hasta la 3. Hasta la 3, sí, solo vimos hasta la 3, viene hasta la 3, ¿ok? No, all right. Then I will take attendance really, really quickly, so you may go. All right. Anaya Morales Martín Eduardo.
Here, teacher.
Perfect. Cristina Vallejas Paz Gabriel.
Present.
Perfect. Carlos Alberto Chávez Salinas.
Present.
Very good. Chávez Vicente Ramiro. I think he was here, but yeah. González García Maricruz. Maricruz is not here. Lozada Granados Karina. She said she was in the WAC, or she had to go to the WAC. Orozco Arredondo Daniel.
Here.
Ponce Guerrero Kevin.
Here.
Ramos Juárez Ulises Alejandro.
Here.
Perfect. Rangel Nieves Diego Eduardo.
Here, teacher.
Perfect. Rico López Fernanda Ivanova.
Here.
Great. Rojo Moreno Gabriel. I think he was here. Sí. Yeah, great. Salinas Hernández Brenda. She also was here. No, Brenda's not here. All right. And Saucillo Castillo Arturo. All right. Entonces los vería la siguiente clase, perdón, ya me pasé por un minuto. Y bueno, a los que no vengan la siguiente clase, bueno, a los que no vengan la siguiente clase, recuerden, les voy a subir las respuestas del Grammar Test 2 para que chequen, y si tienen alguna duda me escriben, ¿ok? Y bueno, estudien para su examen y ojalá les vaya muy bien el viernes. Sí, hasta el
Thank you,
miércoles.
teacher. See you.
Sí, ya. Bye, bye.